Okay, hi everyone. It's been a little bit, but I'm gonna show you why. I picked up a new hobby, not a new hobby, but like an old hobby that has become refound. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. This. I have recently got back into books, so I decorated my shelves. So, since I got back into reading, I'm gonna show you guys some of the books that I have been reading and what has helped me get back into it personally. For starters, we have this. This is a Kindle. I pay for Kindle Unlimited and it is the easiest thing to get books and read. They're all ebooks, but you pay like 10 something a month. And I read at least like 3 ebooks a month. So like if you were buying actual physical books, you're saving money. Now on to my physical books. I buy usually secondhand stuff unless there are books that I have been wanting and I can't find secondhand. So I'm going to show you the book that got me back into reading, and then I'm going to show you the one that actually really got me back into it. Okay, we are in my bean bag, which I recently got. It's the perfect thing for reading. I have 3 books in my hand because there's a specific reason. So, I went to Barnes & Noble with my mom and brother, and I picked up this book, Wild Love by Lauren Accardo. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I follow her on Instagram. This book got me back into reading. So this one was one that I picked up and I couldn't put it down. So the next time I went to Barnes & Noble and I found them, I got the 2nd and 3rd book in this trilogy. It's Small Town Romance, which I'm really into, but they all connect. So I love that aspect. This People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry this is the first actual like popular TikTok book that I picked up. It sounded interesting to me. It's friends to lovers, so I was really intrigued. But this was like an introduction to reading. I read this afterwards. I picked it up first, read it afterwards. It's how books work. But I'm gonna show you what threw me into my now 12 books in March as someone who didn't read hardly anything before that. This book right here, I have never seen it anywhere else from someone. Katee Robert. Her work is immaculate. Love it. She is popular now for the Neon Gods series, Dark Olympus. And she also has a Disney like Twisted Disney series that I have yet to check out, but I'm planning to. But this one is Queen of Swords. I picked this up at my Half Price Books, and it was just something that I was really drawn to the pink, and I read it, and it has to do with tarot cards and stuff. I've never seen anyone else recommend this book. This is actually like one of the first covers too, I think, because when you go onto Goodreads, it's a different cover entirely. So I finished this book and couldn't put it down. That's how good it was. This is what threw me into reading. It told me that I could read fantasy, which I had otherwise put off reading. When I would read fantasy before, I couldn't world build, as people say it. I couldn't do it, and I have trouble with it sometimes with some books, but I think I learned that, like, it's not me, it could have been the book, or that I didn't understand the book. But this one was one of the best world building that I could understand for myself. And it allowed me to open up and read Ice Planet Barbarians. I would show you, but they're on my shelf, and yeah, it's on my shelf. But it was to the point that I love this book so much, I tracked down the second one. I could only find one copy of it, and on Goodreads it said there were 4 books. It said there was a book before this one that was like a prequel kind of thing, like Star Wars. Like, that's my comparison. It's like they made the movies, like, you know. I couldn't find that by itself anywhere. I found the second book, and I think a seller on Amazon had it, and it was the only one. So I got it for like 10 something, and when it got here, it has the different cover, so it's the new cover, and it has the prequel to this one in the back of it. So I was like, okay, that's great. I read the second one. I'm gonna read the prequel later on, because I have a whole list of stuff to read. But I go on to Goodreads, and there says there's a 4th book. Not 4th, but like 3rd-ish. It has like the whole description and everything. I go on the internet looking for this book just for it to come up and say it was not published. I was hoping for this book, but sadly it said it didn't make the publishing past June 2016 or something like that. So I was like, oh, that's a long time. So naturally I started picking up stuff by Katee Robert, because of this one. I was like, if she can do fantasy this well, then she can do fantasy in other ways well too, probably. So I picked up Neon Gods after this. I picked up Neon Gods at the same place too. So I read the first one of that, and it's not as fantasy as it is a retelling of Greek mythology in a modern way, but it was still very good. And I am trying to figure out if I'm going to buy Electric Idol, which is the second one, off of like online, or if I'm going to have to try and go into the shop and see if it's there. Because as I said, I like to buy my stuff secondhand, just because I feel like it's better on the environment and it's cheaper. I'm saving money here. That's but because of secondhand shopping, I found this beautiful book that really changed my perspective on everything in reading, and I'm thankful that I did. And I love it, and obviously I'm following her to see what else is in the works and everything. People We Meet on Vacation was good. It was good when I read it, and the only thing that I did not like is I go on to Goodreads and I clicked on a review, and it just kind of it just like ruined my little version of the book and how much I liked it. I'm a very feel good. If I like a book, it's getting rated because I like it, not because the plot's good, not because they had a great like storyline or anything. It's because if it made me feel good, that's how it's getting rated. But this book particular, it gave me like very homey, familiar vibes. For some reason, I can't pin my finger on it, but it just had that home feeling to me, like I was meant to pick this one up. Let's go over my current reads. I'm gonna say brace yourself, because when I say current reads, I'm reading like 5 books at once. I got the mood reading down to a T. So, right off the top of my head, I know I am reading The Love Hypothesis. I have not picked it back up in a little bit of time just because it's very STEM science related, and sometimes my brain cannot process all those words. So, about books that open back up, like how this book opened up fantasy to me again. I just finished Ice Planet. I finished the second book in Ice Planet Barbarians, and so I got the third book in today, actually, which is really exciting. It was replacement because there was like issues with the first one that they sent me. Like, they said it was in good condition and the book had rips all over it and like water staining on the back. It was not good condition. So they sent me a second one to replace it, and it's a lot better. So I'm going to start that one soon. I do not know the name. It is the third book in the series. I'm currently reading on Libby Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I have 7 chapters left. It's going good. I like it. It's very different to People We Meet on Vacation, which I appreciate. Writing style is the same, obviously, but I like it a lot more, I feel. I checked that out from the library. On my Kindle currently, I just started the Inheritance Games. I just started that one, and the first chapter, I like the vibes going on so far, but the chapters are very short in it. There were like 91 chapters, I want to say, and there's only like 380 pages or something, which is key to my heart. I love short chapters because it gives me the ability to go and do things in between, like a little commercial break. There was another book I started reading. I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me right now. But yeah, I could do a massive like review video for that stuff, but I want to see how well this video does firstly, because I am not on book YouTube. I'm on Book Talk. I just talk a lot. So I figured this would be a good place to put it. I do make content on Book Talk. At the moment, I make some stuff. It's usually just like memes. So my link is down below. But if you do enjoy this video, I enjoy talking about books, so show me a little love and maybe I'll keep making book videos. If you also have any recommendations for books, leave them down below. Like, if any of these you have books that are the same vibe, or any of the other ones I mentioned also, if you have any that are the same vibe, leave them in the comments. All my socials will be down below. That's all, I think. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. I also have other content, crafting content, baking content. If you want to check any of that out, go ahead. Yeah, so see you next time.